All right, in this video I will show you a few things to consider when cropping photos. Right now I'm in PowerPoint. We'll use PowerPoint and some other programs to crop photos, but we'll start with PowerPoint. Let's take a look at this picture. I took this one off the internet, and our subject is very much center focused. Notice there's a lot of negative space. Our subject is a little small, so this picture or photo might benefit from some cropping. So I'm going to go to, after I click on the picture, I'm going to go to the Format tab, and inside the Format tab will be the Crop tool. Now before I do that, when you crop photos, consider the rule of thirds. The rule of thirds can be a guide to help you decide where to crop the photo. I think with this picture, I'm going to crop it so that their subject, the puppy, is more in this intersection point. All right, so let me go back to the Format tab, and I'll click on Crop. Notice that the sizing handles now have these black lines, and I'm going to drag this corner so that our subject is placed more where the top intersection point is according to the rule of thirds, something like that. So it'll look like that. Let me stretch it out. All right, and so I left a lot of negative space on the left side here, but placing our subject in this corner, I increased the size of our subject a little bit so that the subject takes more of the frame. But placing in the corner here, I think, when I look at it, that it implies a little bit more emotion and the photo is a little more dynamic. And our eyes are drawn or pushed to this right corner by the negative space. Okay, so here's our before, here's what it looked like before, and here's our after. So that slight adjustment, I think, improves the photo just by cropping according to the rule of thirds. In this photo, I'm not going to necessarily focus on the rule of thirds, but I am looking at getting rid of some of this background. Our subject does take up most of the frame, but I think the background gets a little bit distracting. So I will click on the picture and Format and click on Crop. All right. Now when you crop a person or a portrait, you need to follow the general rule, and that is not to crop them off at the joints. So like at the elbow is not a good place to crop, or the wrist, or the knees. In this case, this photo does crop the knees off, so I'm going to move this photo a little bit above the knees. That'll be a more natural looking crop, and then I'm going to bring this down to eliminate that distracting background. Okay, and now to commit to the crop, I'll just click on the crop button again, and then I can resize if I'd like, or replace, reposition, make this a little bit bigger. Okay. All right, so let's look at before. Our subject is the focal point, but I think the background takes away from the focal point a little bit. And here's our after. One more time. Before, and here's after. So consider the rule of thirds when you're cropping, and also be careful where you crop on a person. Try not to crop the person at one of the joints. Thanks.